What do YouTube? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to my brand new podcast slash sports video channel, whatever you want to call it. I'm a diehard Wizards fan. Unfortunately, the season ain't going the way we wanted it to go. Unfortunately, we are 9-45. We traded away Kyle Kuzma, who, in my opinion, did not really help us in the long run. Just basically kind of hindered us with every little thing that he did. Now we on Thought right now. I just want to do like a sim lottery to see what if like a mock draft and look at it that way and see what we're gonna do and stuff like that. But it says we taking Cooper Flag. I would love that. I would love that basically in like the front court between Cooper Flag, Alex Saw, but Alex Saw does not want to play the center. So I don't know how that's gonna work. Maybe we put Cooper Flag at the small forward position, but we really don't have nobody at the small forward position. Bilal can play the three, but I really don't want Bilal to play the three. I need Bilal probably playing it 2 guard / 3 guard if we need him to play that, because there's a lot of, right now he's still young, and eventually we're gonna get to a point where basically he gonna be like a nice beautiful wing defender and stuff like that. I can't talk. Don't mind me. A little nervous. Also, we also have the 26th pick, Boogie Flan. I don't mind taking Boogie Flan, but for all intents purposes, I want to say this. Boogie Flan is a nice point guard, but we have too many guards on this team. We draft him. We still have Bub Carrington. I don't know what we're going to do with Malcolm Brogdon. We might let him walk this offseason. We still have Jordan Poole on the team. We have Corey Kispert. We have a plethora of guards. I say probably too many guards, but who knows? Also, we can run down. Let's talk about the Pelicans. Dylan Harper. I don't know how I feel about that, because I wouldn't take Dylan Harper either. He can play the 2 guard for us, which I don't mind, but it's the same thing about taking Boogie Flan at this point. We have too many guards as Wizards. Okay, let's move on to another team. Let's talk about the Pelicans. Pelicans, my honest opinion, with their team is kind of up and down. You don't know really. I don't know who's going to be on that team, to be honest with you, by the end of the season. Will Zion still be there? Do you trade Zion away? Do you restart everything? I think in the long run, you should probably restart everything and just go with a whole brand new team, brand new squad and stuff like that. Keep Trey Murphy. Who else they have? Trey Murphy, Herb Jones, Yves Missi. You keep those. You keep your core that you have right there, because I wanted to trade Murphy a couple years ago, but unfortunately we took Corey Kispert. Beggars can't be choosers. Corey Kispert been okay with us. You hear any noise? That's my dog in the background. Again, she's playing in the blinds because she loved to do that. But Dylan Harper can fit with them, but you just traded for DeJounte Murray, who's out for the season. He probably come back next year a little bit healthy, but I don't know how it's going to work unless you trade CJ away, because again, Dylan Harper plays the 2 guard and Herb Jones plays the 2. Herb Jones can play a little bit of the 3 and Trey Murphy can play a little bit of 4, but you kind of don't want that. So maybe you think about basically just keeping that core, probably going with somebody else, probably like I say, DeBur. If I'm the Pelicans, realistically, we just traded away Brandon Ingram. I'd probably go for Ace Bailey. To be honest with you, Ace Bailey or Colin Kneppel is just a shooter. Let's talk about the Utah Jazz. Down the Utah Jazz, how many picks they have? They have 2 picks in the first round. Can't go wrong with Ace Bailey. You can't go wrong with VJ Edgecombe. VJ Edgecombe is I watched some of his highlights and I watched him play. I think they played Gonzaga. He played good. He had a nice dunk in that game before they lost. Baylor been having like an up and down season this year. But all I can say is with the Jazz, you just take Cody Williams last year. You got Isaiah Collier. Do you really go with another point guard or shooting guard? You have Colin Sexton, who might be there, who might not be there, who you can trade this offseason, but will you trade him? You never know with Danny Ainge. Danny Ainge might just rob somebody else. But if I'm Utah, if Ace Bailey or Dylan Harper's there, I would not mind taking him too. But you can't go wrong with VJ Edgecombe as well. He's a He's like a slashing type guard, but he plays defense, so he's more like a two-way player. Can you call a two-way player? Who he can shoot, but I rarely seen him shoot this year. But you can't go wrong with Ace Bailey or BJ Edgecombe or Dylan Harper. Or if you want to go for a little bit like more, I say Trey Johnson is a good scorer. Let's move on to Charlotte now. BJ Edgecombe is the perfect pick for them. Him, Brandon Miller, LaMelo, and basically a fast break team. You get them 6 seconds or less, and you get them down there because BJ Edgecombe can jump out the gym. He can posterize. He can play defense, something that Charlotte needs. Or I can see them going center with Kaman Muka. He basically, I've been watching him at Duke. He's more like a project player. Or do you trade that pick? Charlotte got a lot of young pieces. Still got Trey Mann on the team. Still got some couple other pieces. You need a center because they don't want Mark Williams. They just basically came in and said that they do not want Mark Williams. Raptors, just get Brandon Ingram. You got Scotty Barnes. You got RJ Barrett. You got Emmanuel Quickley. I don't really think Emmanuel Quickley is a starting point guard. I think he's more of like a Lou Williams type player. He's a Lou Williams type player to me, to be honest with you. So somebody coming off the bench to get you scoring, that's what I think Emmanuel Quickley should be or need to be. That's just me personally. If I'm them, I put like Asa Newell from Georgia. He has an up and down season as well. Or you come with Kamana Maluk. You just spray Jakob Poeltl out of it. Get up Jakob Poeltl up out of there. I don't know. This draft is loaded, but you have more. I say this, international and these freshmen. It's like an up and down thing. You might take a guy who got more upside and basically boom, and then nothing. They just fizzle out. And they'd be out the league in a couple of years. Johnny Davis. But you can't really go wrong. You can go wrong here, but you can't go wrong here. Yakin Jonas from Illinois. They need a point guard, so I either take him or I probably trade down to get another player or get multiple picks. If you want to do that, you could. There's a lot of teams that have multiple first round picks you could trade for. Now the Sixers, it's time to give up on the process. It's definitely time. It's definitely time to give up on the process. The process is done. Is dead. Some questionable signings. Paul George ain't panning out. Embiid can't stay healthy. I think you should just blow it up. Unfortunately, it's a slight possibility they can get that first round overall. They get that first overall pick, and they could get Cooper Flag, but I think it might fall to somebody else. If we sim it again, it might fall to somebody else if Philly moves up. Yeah, if Philly, it falls to... If it falls out, it falls to OKC, and you do not want OKC to get that because OKC can package that for more players and stuff like that. I say OKC can package that first round pick right there, the number 7 pick, probably for, I say, Cam Johnson, a player that they need, a shooter, a knockdown shooter, something they do not have on the team. But if I'm the Sixers, you want the best option. You want to stay between that 1 and a 6. And I say this, Con Knoepel from Duke, maybe Trey Johnson. If you can somehow get up to between the top 3 to top 4, if they fall up there, and unfortunately my Wizards at 5, if we get booted out, I would go with either Ace Bailey, Dylan Harper, or Cooper Flag. You don't really need Dylan Harper, but you can kind of have. Sorry about that. I lost his name. Who did they pick last year? I have not been watching Sixers games. You got I forgot his name. Let me go do that. I've been working on the thumbnail from other channel. Let's see who they have. 76ers. Sorry about that. 76ers. I think who is it? I forgot his name. It's right there. They just took him last year. Because I say this, the Sixers have a pretty decent young roster. Where is he? Jared McCain. Now with the Sixers, you have you have a lot more young pieces than I thought they would. Dembona is a hell of a prospect. You can basically kind of just help build around Tyrese Maxey. You have him. So would I go point guard again? No, because you have Jared McCain. But if Trey Johnson there, take Trey Johnson. If Concanopoulos there, take Concanopoulos. You do not need another big. If you somehow fall up there, I will go get Cooper Flagg or Ace Bailey. You do not need more guards unless it's best player available. Now, if we basically go back, I think it was after that, we can reset it. It was Brooklyn. Brooklyn right here. I think they got 4 first-round picks. Brooklyn has 4 first-round picks and potentially can have more if they decide they want to trade Cam Johnson, which I think they definitely will. Cam Johnson will fit on a lot of teams. You can probably trade with Orlando. You can probably trade with the Spurs. I say this, the best fit for trade Cam Johnson. I keep saying Trey Johnson. Cam Johnson probably would be, I say Orlando or the Spurs. In my opinion, I think he should go to the Spurs. Spurs need some more shooting around Wemby. De'Aaron Fox is not a knockdown shooter. He can hit a shot, but he's not a knockdown shooter. And you already have a lot of young pieces already. And you have a lot of first round. They have a plethora of first round picks that they got. They got the Hawks pick. This right here, at Hawks pick at 15, and they also have 10. I say Brooklyn. I get that Hawks pick, or I try to get that 10th pick because Orlando added Nolan Trail. But at 7, realistically, I'm taking best player available. Trey Johnson. If Trey Johnson there, you take him at 7. Concanopoulos there, you take him as well. And let's see who else they got. They have them taking Thomas Sorber from Georgetown. Can play the power forward in the center. But the thing is, you have Day'Ron Sharpe, you have Noah Clowney, and you have Nick Claxton. You need to kind of figure out what you're going to do with that 3. Maybe Nick Claxton is out. Nick Claxton, you could probably trade draft night. It's a lot of teams that could use Nick Claxton. Maybe a team like the Hawks, again, you trade to Nick Claxton to fit right on the Hawks. The Clippers need another backup center because all they have is, but I don't think they have enough money for it. All they have is Ivica Zubac. The Suns need a center. I don't know if they even willing to even think about trading more pieces away, but I think the Suns should trade for them too because they have nobody down there. But Brooklyn can come out this draft with a lot. When I say a lot, they can come out with a lot. Bulls, I don't know what y'all doing. Is Vucevic still going to be there next year? Lonzo, you sign Lonzo back. They have too many guards. So I can see them right here taking Kamon Maluk from Duke as your future center after Vucevic leaves. But Kamon Maluk has a lot of work to do. Or you can take Asen Newell, another power forward, because you really don't have nobody there. I think, who they take? I forgot who they took. Yeah, I have not watched the Bulls game at all. Bulls don't even come up on my league pass. I don't even have them on there. But I need to learn a lot more since we're going to be doing more videos like this about other teams besides just my Wizards and the teams that I like to watch. The Trailblazers. This is an interesting team, to be honest with you. The Trailblazers is interesting to me because you have youth and you have basically some vets on the team. I like, was it Jeremy Grant? I like Jeremy Grant. Maybe he can be a trade asset to another team as well who can use a power forward. I say the Lakers, if y'all want to trade in them, probably won't get a first round pick, probably end up getting a second or anything like that. But the Trailblazers, you can't really go wrong with what they really looking for, to be honest with you, because they just looking for something to add to their team. Because you got Sharp, you have Scoot Henderson. Scoot has been balling lately. You still have DeAndre Ayton. You have Mark Williams. You have Donovan Clingan. I think not Mark Williams. Tom Lord, he's gonna get traded. He's gonna get traded. I need to learn these teams better. So let's go basically to NBA.com and look at Portland real quick. Portland team, they have a couple good trade pieces. I say this, maybe Ayton. Danny Avdija, you don't really need another small forward. Jeremy Grant, you can trade away. I say you trade away Robert Williams. Get rid of Robert Williams, if I can't talk. They signed CD6. Yes, we did. We did cut him like some dummies because you have Donovan Clingan and you have DeAndre Ayton. That should be your two front court pieces. You need to figure out who's gonna be the starter. Portland is good. Portland is good. Whatever they take, I probably take an ace. Dog is really trying to play. Or Noah Asingay from overseas. I probably take him, but Asanu, we can't really go wrong with that. He's just having an up and down year at Georgia. A good prospect that you basically kind of use. Now let's talk about the Spurs. 10. They got 10 and they also have 15. So Noah Asingay, good hell of a player, a good small forward from overseas. Spurs love their foreign players. I don't know what it is with Pop, but Pop get the best out of foreign players. You can basically say Ginobili, Parker, Boris Diaw, Leandro Barbosa. Did they have Leandro Barbosa? No, they didn't. Patty Miller. Stop barking. She just want to be on video. Can't really say that much about the Spurs. The Spurs, they got Wemby, De'Aaron Fox. Stop. Or you going to the cage? They got Wemby. They got a squad. Stephon Castle, Keldon Johnson, Jeremy Sohan. They still got Chris Paul. Maybe I say this. Stephon Castle and De'Aaron Fox in the backcourt. Perfect tandem. Dang, they still got Devin Vassell, so it's the best play available again. And Noah Asingay is right there. I take him. Or I'm gonna say this. One of my favorite players that nobody's really talking about is Stojakovic from Cal. I think Peja Stojakovic's son could be a good hell of a player for the Spurs. I don't think he's gonna go in the top 10. Really, he's a sophomore, so I can see him probably going to the second round on them. Spurs can take him in the second round, and that's another good prospect they can take, and that's another knockdown shooter that basically you can pay us alongside Wemby. The Heat, y'all need something. Like, I don't know. The Heat is just the Heat is different. The Heat is just something. The Heat got a team, but it's not the team that you basically. They got a young squad, that you basically have that you need to just focus on building around. Tyler Hero, is he your point guard? Absolutely not. Tyler Hero is not a starting point guard. You got Bam Adebayo, Jaime Jaquez, Keshad Johnson can jump out the gym, Javion Mitchell. Terry Rozier will not be here next year. Drew Smith will not be here. Khalil Wade, and you have Andrew Wiggins. Again, I say this with, they have also 2 lottery picks. You even take best player available, Jeremiah Fears at Oklahoma, a good player, averaging 19 points a game. It's something that you need. You need a point guard. He's not a real true point guard. He's not a facilitator, but in college, a lot of these point guards don't be that. Or do you take a flyer, take 6'9" Igor Demon from BYU, who's more of that Ben Simmons, but can shoot type of player? I'd probably go him. I probably go there at probably like 11 or 14. I'd probably go there and take Igor Demon before the Spurs get him, because the Spurs don't really need another point guard. And my dog Caesar Dera, person out back, so sorry about that as well. We can probably look at the Heat coming out this draft with 2 good players. Probably I take Igor Demon at 11. That might be a little bit high for them. And at 14 to give Khalil Ware some help and just basically keep Bam at the 4. I probably to pair with Jovic in the backcourt. I probably end up taking Derek Queen. Probably if he falls to me at 14, if the Hawks don't take him, I probably take Derek Queen at 14. So you have a bigger lineup at 6'9" point guard. Then you have Tyler Hero. Then you also have Wiggins. Then you have Bam, and then you have Khalil Ware. That's your starting 5. You can't go wrong with that. And she just knocked down my railing to open my back door. But we almost done this video. We already talked about some players. The Rockets. What do the Rockets need? I know this video is a little bit longer. The Rockets can use. What do the Rockets need? The The Rockets just take best player available. We're just gonna skip past the Rockets. Liam McNeely, you can't go wrong from UConn small forward. You can't go wrong with a UConn player. UConn players pan out either as a 6-man backup, starting, whatever you need him to do. Liam McNeely can score, can play for you, can just do it all. He play. Thing is, you have Cam Whitmore, Dylan Brooks, Tari Eason. So getting another small forward, it might work, it might not work. Atlanta, again, best player available is Derek Queen. You do need a backup center because basically you do not have one, because Clint Capella is getting up there in age and Clint Capella can't move as much as he used to. He can hold down the paint, but that's pretty much it. You probably can take a Derek Queen, can get rebound, block shots, and I say this, pass a little bit out the post if you need him to. We'll skip past the, and we finally at the Spurs again. I think we already talked about Spurs, but Spurs, you just can't do it wrong. If they get Igor Demon, that's just another backup point guard that they have, which could work, but you still have Stephon Castle who wants to play point guard. So I don't really know. So maybe you go with a Nolan Trail. That's another point guard, so you probably don't need that. Well, again, take my man, Peja Stojakovic's son. Look him up. That's what I want y'all to look at if y'all get a chance to. This was my first video. Like, comment, subscribe. We can do more videos like this. Podcasts will be up Sundays. If y'all want to do, I can continue to do past the lottery. We can do from 16 to 30, my honest opinion, over to the second round. We can do that in another video if you want me to do that as well. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. It only helps the channel grow. With all that being said, thank you for watching the video. I pray my Wizards get Cooper Flag. I pray we have a good draft. I love you guys. Bye.